Wow. Uh, thank you for all the views I got on my Jeff the Killer video. Like, actually, I was never expecting to get all those views. I know the title of this video is Twister's Review, but I want to take some time to respond publicly to some of those comments. So, just to show how much I appreciated it. So, let's hop in. Really nice story. Great to listen to while I draw. You should be proud of yourself. I know your channel is gonna grow in no time. Bro, you can tell me my video was a little bit ass. It's okay. No. I'm kidding. Really. Thank you for that. I relate to the drawing point. Most of my creepypasta experiences, looking back, were me listening to them while I worked on art too. So, yes, thank you, truly, for your belief in my capabilities. It feels like I'm listening to a Dr. Seuss book, in a good way. It is kinda cringy at times, though, no hard feelings. Now there's an honest comment, god damn! Yes, well, rhymes are very associated with Dr. Seuss, so I can see that. But yes, there are some parts where my narration gets, dramatic, so, yeah, no, I can see the cringy point. I look back on it and I think, yeah, no, it's a little cringy, but I mean, let's be real though. All creepypasta's cringy. Be honest, people, you know it's true. This shit is ass, but keep it going, you got this. Fucking beautiful. No more words needed. Thank you. There's already a retelling. Hey man, first of all, fuck you! No, I'm kidding, I swear. Remakes, bro, remakes are endless these days. But no, I'm sure you were probably referring to the Pastra rewrite. Yes, I saw that literally as I was about to end the video. And so I was like, oh shit, someone rewrote it already, and it's a way bigger YouTuber than me. So I scrambled to sort of throw that in to the very end of the video. And I saw that comment, and when I saw it, I was like, yes, I literally addressed it at the end of the video. Did you not watch till the end? Come on, bro. But either way, thank you for commenting. And finally, I'm writing my own version of Jeff, and this video really inspired me. I may take some ideas from it since you encouraged us to, although there will be a lot of differences. Fuck you! No. Dude, absolutely. Go wild with it. Looking back, I wouldn't say, honestly, I made that many drastic changes to the original story. I don't know, I just kind of retold Jeff the Killer in a short poem format. But yes, I'm glad it inspired you. Look, do whatever the hell you want with it. Just remember those 2 comments I made at the end of the video. Don't change the meanings behind it. At least that's what I would prefer. But yeah, no, if you got some crazy ideas, yeah, sure, go with it. Thank you for letting me know about it. But also, if you're gonna do something, fucking send something to me. I'd love to see whatever you come up with, really. And again, thank you for commenting and watching the video. Now, I know most YouTubers don't really address, like, every comment made on their videos like that, but, I mean, number one, there was just a handful in this one, and, I mean, I'm sorry, they were all really thoughtful, and I already procrastinate making videos already, because I'm just scared that I don't have time. That's not true, because I usually do have time, but I'm scared they're just gonna suck. And then I'm gonna put something out to the internet, and it's gonna be cringy as balls, and it's just gonna be something for me to look back on and be like, oh, that just didn't hit it. So, I don't know. Just the fact that people had more encouraging things to say about it than I thought, I really just wanted to make it known how thankful I am. I really appreciate it. Thank you. With all that being said, let's get to the topic at hand. I just saw Twisters. Now, naturally, everything's got a goddamn remake or sequel these days, and Hollywood's running out of IPs to taint, so now we got a sequel to a 90s movie about tornadoes. Sure, why the hell not? Now, I have seen the original, and yes, this is a sequel. If anybody does not know that, this movie is a sequel. I have not watched the original in years, but my family and I used to watch it all the goddamn time. That and Men in Black. Those are like two movies from around that era that we would watch all the time. Yeah, anyways, my mom and my aunt, they fucking love this movie.
Cow. I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
But I went to watch this new movie without seeing the first one in so long, so therefore I'm kind of gonna be judging it more of its own thing. Because honestly, I watched the movie and I didn't even feel like I needed to get anything from the old one to understand this one. So honestly, yeah, we're just gonna judge it as sort of its own solo thing, for the most part. So, this movie's set in the modern day as we see a young meteorologist named Kate, with her small ragtag group of meteorologist buddies trying to, quote-unquote, tame tornadoes. It's the way they're trying to achieve this is with these chemical mixtures and buckets that they theoretically position in the center of a tornado, in which the chemicals get sucked up into the atmosphere and sort of calm the natural processes that make the tornado. I don't know, it's all science bullshit. That's not important to the storytelling aspect. I'm focusing on the storytelling of the film, not the scientific accuracies of this bullshit. That's not important. Anyways, they're about to test this out, but the tornado they were hoping for was an F1, which is like the lowest class of tornado. This ends up being an F5, the strongest a tornado can get. And basically, it kills all Kate's friends except for one, Javi. After that, we jump to 5 years later, where Kate is working a desk job at a weather station, and she's sort of traumatized by the whole best friends being killed in a storm thing. And now is a lot more reserved. She kind of blames it on herself because she was the one sort of running the operation and all that jazz, and so she kind of feels like she's the one responsible, you know what I mean? We got a character that loves tornadoes and loves weather and has the thrill of the adventure, but holds herself back now because she feels responsible for her friend's death. So, unexpectedly, Javi actually returns after 5 years of no contact between them and gets Kate involved in a new storm chasing job that sort of uses 3 scanners that they plop down on the ground and go a far distance to get a full view of tornadoes. Anyways, they meet these YouTuber guys who call themselves the Tornado Wranglers, and they're all a bunch of crazy hillbilly ticks and stereotypes, right? But the lead guy of the group, Tyler, starts making moves on Kate, but she's all like, nah, I ain't interested. Also, you're kind of a jackass, all subtle and smart like. Which is kind of Tyler's character. The group is sort of wild, no rules, and they're sort of in competition with Javi's more professional, classy storm chaser guys. I think that's something they did in the original, although again, I didn't feel like going to watch this stupid thing before this, so my fault. I'm so sorry. But early on, we get sort of a twist while Tyler's trying to make some moves on Kate. He tries to expose that this shady business deals that Javi has going on with this company. Apparently, to get his company funded, Javi has been in contracts with a guy who rents land to sell it back to people after tornado strikes for profit. So it's sort of this scandal type thing they got going on. So either way, Javi and his business isn't morally sound. And when Tyler sort of plants this idea in Kate's mind, it takes her a few days to really consider it. But she starts doing research on their guy that they've been giving money to or they've been given Javi his business money, and so she starts to kind of piece it together. Yeah, there's something going on behind the scenes. Now, see, Tyler and his crazy crew, they do this shit for the thrill of it. They don't have any financial backing. It's just them. He ain't attached to no one. So at this point, Kate's starting to kind of give him a chance after her little investigations, and Tyler's just kind of being a creep, and he's kind of being around her, following her back home to her farm. Totally not weird at all. I thought it was charming as hell. Uh, but either way, they get to know each other a little bit better. They actually start making a bond. They go back to Kate's family home, like I said, and look at her old science projects and realize there may have been a way to stop the tornadoes after all. So, Tyler, his team, and new member Kate start to get to work. So yeah, Kate's original plans with her little tag team group 5 years ago was to try and get rid of tornadoes entirely. But their plan failed, and her friends got killed in a tornado accident. So after that, her little trauma set in, and she's like, this ain't gonna work. Okay, well, it doesn't end quite there. Javi bought Kate a plane ticket all the way down to this other area in Tornado Alley. And so she's about to go back home. But Tyler's like, no, I'm going to scoop up some of that little old lady there. And he basically goes back in the airport to try and say, like, hey, why don't you come stay down here and stay with us for a little while? So it kind of goes that direction. So that's sort of where the film ends. But yeah, that's my little summary of Twister for you. Now on to my thoughts. Wow, I'm kind of surprised. I really liked this movie. It was honestly nice to see something without a bunch of left-wing bullshit agendas or cash-grabby laziness. I don't know, man. It was just a good little movie. Nothing blew me away about it necessarily. Like, I don't think this should win, like, Best Movie of the Year or anything crazy like that. I just thought it had a story, and it told it well. At the first introduction of the Tornado Wranglers, I was scared they were going to be a bunch of redneck assholes brainwashed by social media. But I honestly wasn't really expecting for the movie to turn that around and show the crazy ragamuffins as the kind of the good guys. Or at least not a bunch of dumbasses. It was nice. Uh, but the film also showed the humanity to these characters too, while they're caring for other people around them and helping out, and being a little bit more conscientious towards, I guess, other people's feelings and moments of tornado disasters, as opposed to Javi and his science techie fellow business guys over here, sort of being more involved in their business than the people around them. Now, obviously, the big bad corporate business is the villain of the story, but I didn't feel like the situation was portrayed quite so black and white. It had a few layers to it. Like, Javi knew the shady activity of his investor. He showed he didn't totally vibe with those business decisions in the scene where Kate finally confronts him about it, after sort of having a day or so to conspiracize about it. I mean, put it straight and simple, he just needed the damn money. Honestly, I see this situation, and, it's realistic and it's a tough situation, morally speaking. You want to do the right thing for you and the people around you, but sometimes you can't really do much without some financial backing, and if that's the person who said yes, then what are you gonna do, It's just how things work, and I like that it didn't demonize Javi. It just showed that he's in a tight situation. To take that on to some of the other characters, too, none of them were really unlikable, either. Everyone's got their flaws, but all around, everyone in this movie means well. Again, like Javi, they find themselves in tough situations that they, it throws them into moral question here and there, but at the end of the day, none of them are bad people. They're just trying to do their thing, and survive, I guess. Alright, I'm going off script now, so bear with me here. It's gonna get a lot more rambly. But, I think one thing that I can sort of nitpick on is, tornadoes have always been really interesting to me. Ever since I was little, for some reason I would watch these, tornado safety videos, like, way back when. But, I look back on it now, and I realize why I watched stuff like that. It's because tornadoes are really intimidating. It's very much what makes Godzilla scary is that, it's a natural disaster that's coming through really slowly and really loudly, and there's virtually nothing you can do to stop it. You just gotta wait this shit out. And what it is, it forms as this ginormous, massive black object that just slowly creeps across the terrain. And it's a freaky sight, along with the sounds that people say of like, oh, when you hear a train, the sound of a train, get down because that's a tornado. It's shit like that that makes a tornado, visually speaking, a lot more striking to the mind than things like hurricanes, because and earthquakes even, just because that's just freaky as hell. Anyways, my point sort of is I would have liked a little bit more interesting execution with how they shot the tornadoes in this movie. I would have liked some atmospheric music, like not just average movie music. If you've ever heard the track Labyrinth from Silent Hill 2, it got used in some of those megalophobia images earlier, like last year, when submechanophobia and all these other phobia images got popular. But it's sort of that deep low bass music. Something like that would have been really interesting to hear put over these images of tornadoes. And to go back to the whole Godzilla comparison, go back to Ishiro Honda's original 1954 Gojira. The way it's shot with the scenes of Godzilla is from the perspective only a human would be able to see him. So it's either far back or looking upwards. We got shots like that. I don't know. I just think we could have had more shots that just sort of really focused on the tornadoes, and it was fine. It's mostly the music that I was hoping we'd get. Just really emphasize the sheer power that nature is displaying with this natural disaster. It would have just made it really, just would have made it stand out. Really would have built up the tension and the fear that we, the audience, should be feeling with the tornadoes. That is already there, obviously, but just a little farther. But that's only a nitpick. It's just, I really wish people would do more stuff like that. Yeah, no, honestly, if you're feeling anxious to go to the movie theaters, definitely go check out Twisters. It was definitely worth your time.